All around me are familiar faces.
Bad Alex. Bad Alex. Get to the naughty step. And let me start this now. Because hello and welcome to the Dragon and Bear Show. That's how you do an intro, Alex. I'm not going to say what he said. He was very naughty and he should be ashamed of himself. Hayden,
I said Tom has big titties.
Hayden will be very displeased of his comments towards her. In the court of law, he'd definitely go down for life. But you know, we're back as usual. Dragon King, Geeky Bear, Dragon and Bear Show, that shebang. Because carrying on with Pokemon. Because we're like just over halfway through Diamond and Pearl now with this one. We got one more after this. And it's Alex's dreaded solo act. Because today we're discussing Pokemon Arceus and the Jewel of Life. Which was released in 2009 in Japan and 2010 in the UK. Before,
2010.
Again, eventually being re-released on DVD years later. Fun little fact for you here, Alex. I've got it here. The movie was actually released in the US in 2009, marking the first time Japan and US shared a Pokemon anime release date in terms of movie. And it's also the first time that two movies got debuted in the US at the same year, because the last movie, the Giratina one, came out the exact same year. It was the first time for that as well. Fun little fact for you there.
Yes.
Also, Yugi betrayed Arceus.
I know.
I turned away a second just to start writing the start of the notes, and all I heard was Yugi's voice. I was like, "What?" And I turned around, I was like, Yami Yugi, what are you doing in this movie? No, don't betray Arceus.
I did the exact same thing. I was like, Yami Yugi versus Arceus.
First it was Mokuba, now it's Yami Yugi. Guess what? The theme song
music?
montage is back.
Yeah,
both on the same length. Yeah, I was sat there, and obviously this is obviously the watermelon scene. He's like, let's have a battle. And next minute he starts playing Sometimes You Had to. I was like, it's back! It's back! Tell everyone it's back! It's back, everyone!
I was belting it out.
I was just going. Especially I love the fact it's like a tag team battle as well. It's like the first time since the Deoxys movie we've had a tag team battle.
Yeah.
And it's the first time in a montage we've had a tag team battle.
There's another thing I want to talk about, the Deoxys movie, but I'll get to that later on.
Okay. But yeah, I was just like, yes, it's back. We missed it last time completely. We never had the actual proper intro song with the first Dominant Poem, but it's the first like proper one. It just obviously
fucking good.
It just goes into obviously the extended version when it carries on.
Yeah.
But I mean, when it starts, you're just like, yes, okay, that's like the start of, oh yeah, my childhood. Yes, 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 yes. I was so happy.
It was so worth it, though.
Yeah.
They really fucked up last time.
I say we didn't even. If they fucked up that much, that we didn't even notice until we started recording the review.
Yeah.
And I didn't even notice myself. It was you. The last minute of going, wait, there was no music.
There wasn't the music.
Shit!
They robbed us.
Those sons of bitches. But yeah, I was so happy when it started playing. I was like, yes. I mean, the battle and the beautiful animation is just like beautiful. And the fact that there's actual stakes to this battle, not just like a random ass battle. There's actual stakes of, you want that watermelon boy? You have to beat me in a tag team battle. Because, fighting for food.
You want that melon boy? You gotta get down on them knees.
Different kind of movie, Alex. Different kind of movie. Move on. Wait,
I heard the Pornhub intro.
Move on. Oh, there.
Thunder creature and Thunder master. Ooh.
I like the water tornadoes.
Yes.
When they started spiraling up into that dimension above, I was like, oh, that's really cool. It helps the animation. It makes it even better. Yeah. I was like, whoa, that looks really good.
I just like how Ash saves Dawn, and then like Pip, you just see Piplup and Pikachu just like getting
flying away.
And I'm just like, Ash, that's been your partner since since she was 10.
She still is now.
Oh yeah,
she still is 10, Alex.
It's a one very long year.
It is basically.
But I was just like, aren't you going to save it?
No, it's like these random strangers, Sheena and Kevin.
Yeah, Dialga, please save these Pokemon.
And let's say when obviously Dialga saves Pikachu and Piplup, and Ash literally becomes a simp and a slave at the same time. He's like, I'll do anything for you now. And then Brock does his whole act and he grabs her hand. I love that scene. That scene was so funny.
No, I was literally like, oh, Brock has... I was literally like, Brock hasn't gone after the woman yet.
But then he does.
Then literally, as soon as I finished typing, I spoke too soon.
That scene
At least
was
it was like 6 minutes.
That scene was so funny though. With the fact that he's got her hand and he looks away and he looks back and he's like, Krogan's hand. And he's like, uh-oh. Krogan just jabs him and just drags him away.
I like how
I was
they did
pissing
the entire
myself.
scene.
Yeah.
I was like, I like how they did the entire scene to play it off. Because as soon as it finished, it just went into action with the Dialga again.
Yeah.
But, like, it was so good.
I was just pissing myself that the hand changed to Krogan's hand. I was like, that's one way to do rather than just him appearing behind or jabbing him.
Yeah.
It was like the perfect Krogunk jab. For the fact it was hilarious. And not just a random, like, jab in the back and Drox going, ah! It actually built up to the jab of him like, oh no, I'm screwed again, aren't I? Jab.
And then, bro,
Yep.
walking off. It's like, yeah, I did it.
I like as well the bit with Giratina remembering Ash.
Yeah.
To like, solidify that these are linked movies rather than just random stories each time. The fact that he looks at him, he's like, huh? And he has that little flashback, a Vietnam flashback. They're in the trees. They're in the trees. And then he sees Ash and he's like, oh.
There's a little 10-year-old riding me.
He's like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, you're cool, man. You're cool. I'll stop fighting now. I'm done. Oh, it's cool. You're a cool guy. You're still 10, but you're cool.
And then transcendent space and time. To talk to Giratina, because apparently he was very angry at Dialga.
Still.
Still
angry from the last movie. And obviously there's the bit as well when there's obviously Sheena and Kevin are talking, and they're basically saying that they were there.
What a name!
Kevin.
Yeah, like they came up with Sheena, they came up with Ash, Dawn, Brock.
I know there's Kevin.
Then there was Zero
the most generic name ever.
And then Kevin.
But I like the fact that they were there at the events of the last two movies. Because they're like, we were there watching from the distance when obviously the town got warped. And we were there when you were messing with the iceberg. I was like,
I think that's after the iceberg, or after they finished.
Yeah, there's like they're standing there, watching them as they're messing with it. I thought it was quite a nice little touch to confirm that these are three connected movies. That this is the first trilogy of actual connecting.
I wish they did more.
Yeah, I like because I don't think the next one connects, does it? I think the next one's its own movie, like the other ones, it's standalone. So I like the fact that these, because essentially Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, and Arceus are all connected legendaries, aren't they? Really? Yeah,
because Arceus created the three beings. They created Dialga, Palkia to look after space and time, and I think Giratina was sent to the distortion world to make sure that basically it's all protected and balanced. And then from them came Azelf, Mesprit, and Uxie.
Yeah,
and then
the water spirits.
Yeah, and then Mew. Then Mew had sex with himself and made Pokemon.
I like that. I do think they should do more of these sort of connected movies. It works.
I think it's great.
Especially if you think about it, it's one big storyline. Though obviously the middle one, the Giratina one, does let it down a little bit. I still think it's a very decent trilogy. It does very much work and follow on from each other, which is perfect. It's what you want from one of these movies. Though you don't mind the occasional like random storyline, like it's not connected.
It's very nice to have an actual linear story.
Yeah, it just sums Diamond and Pearl up though. It just sums Diamond and Pearl, doesn't it? Because that is
like the actual games.
Yeah, it's just like the best generation.
Because we were in the games, we was meant to actually have an Arceus event, but it was missed, and then they somewhat integrated it into Heart Gold and Soul Silver, because we actually see in the movie like the little floor symbols with the Giratina, Dialga, and Palkia, where in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, if you have an event Arceus, you can take it to the Unknown Ruins, you'll see Cynthia, then you go to that area with the ruins, because it's in between Sinnoh and Johto, and then you can get Arceus to create an egg, which will give you a level 1 Dialga, Palkia, or Giratina. And I am gonna stop fanboying over lore. Sorry.
What else have I got here? Oh, no, and obviously Shinna does all the mind warping and tries to get into their heads.
Yeah.
And the times that she gets rejected, obviously, by Arceus.
Yeah, she gets thrown back.
The only thing that I literally every time that happened, I kept shouting out loud, "Get out of my head, Charles!" I constantly kept saying that. I just kept thinking of X-Men constantly. I was like, she's literally just becoming Charles Xavier in this one scene, trying to get into their minds. I was just like, yep. And obviously the bit with Power Q as well, when he's doing his blast, I kept going, Hadouken! So he kept Hadouken, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then he just he stopped doing that and just blasted it out of his mouth instead. I don't get why he kept he swept in the end.
I kind of wish that there was a way to know what moves they were using, because I kept seeing Arceus go into like ghost mode, and I was just like, what move did they just use? So I thought they were using like dragon type moves and like spatial rend and roar of time, but I don't know. And then they're on about these 16 life plates, but since fairy type has now came out, it's now 17. Not in canon, in the movies wise, but it is in game wise. It is 17 plates now, due to fairy type. Because there is 18 Pokemon types altogether. But because Arceus is normal in general, he doesn't have it. There's no normal plate. So it's 17 because it goes down by 1. Fun fact of the day.
I like even though it's only short, I like the battle between the legendaries. I thought it was quite cool. The three, the Diamond, Pearl, and obviously Platinum Legendary, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina teaming up to fight Arceus. I thought it was quite a cool little sequence.
Yeah, when all your family team up to fight Dad.
Yeah, I love the bit as well when obviously Arceus blasts them. Obviously, Giratina and Dialga just get blasted completely, but there's fucking Palkia with a shield up. It's like, yep, just gonna wait for this to stop, and now I'm dead. I just love it. They took it like champs, and Palkia's like a little bitch. And like, nope, I ain't getting hit by this. No way.
I'm using Protect Shield.
That was quite cool.
Yeah. I like how it kind of sets up like the other movies, like as well, with how it's all linked. Like how Arceus waking up a bit kind of shifted Dialga and Palkia's zones to get together, which made them think, oh, hold on, that bitch is trying to get into my area, and then that like all links, and I love it. Yeah, I really do love it.
It's good character development as well, because obviously, think about it, and obviously the Darkrai movie, Dialga and Palkia are at each other's throats. Obviously, it wasn't until the end that they sort of like backed away from each other.
Because if you're watching the first movie before you watch all these, you're like, why the fuck are they fighting for?
Yeah, and obviously,
why the fuck are you fighting?
In the Giratina one as well, obviously Giratina and Dialga are at each other's throats.
Yeah.
So obviously, it's the character development there that they're all on each other's side, and they're now realising Arceus is a bigger threat to all of them than each other.
Yeah.
So they need to team up and batter him. But in reality, they get battered. As seen by the ending.
Arceus is God. What can you expect?
Exactly. But I do like the time travel concept when they go back in time. I like the start of it when it's obviously it's like a vision at first, like there, but it's a vision. They can't do anything, and then it actually warps into an actual thing where they can interact. Like they're all seeing it in like this like greyish sort of way. Like it's like they're there, but they're not there, and then it actually breaks them into that reality, and it's like, oh, okay, we're here now. We can actually interact with people.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's also, I think I'm getting a bit ahead of myself because they go back again, even further. But I like how it shows, like, you see things in the past, and then you see Team Rocket, like, messing with the shit in the future. It's like you'll see the staff fall into the lake, and you just see Jessie pick it up. Somewhat pick it up because it gets jammed between her back and top.
So they do fuck all in this movie, right?
I think they just basically show that it's literally happening, and that
that's all they really do, isn't it? They plan to do stuff and they never do it. It's just like the most. It's like this is basically the Pokemon Heroes moment for them three that they just do nothing apart from like one or two scenes.
Yeah,
shafted as usual. But to be fair, they weren't really needed in this plot.
No.
It works without them present.
Well, to be honest, they could. I did put Team Rocket about to fuck things up.
It would have been funny though if they went back. If they got trapped back in time, they're like, oh, and they got left there as well. Oh no.
I did find it quite amusing how to just show like the Pichu. I think it's time travel Pichu. I think that one. Because there's an event in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver where if you have a spiky-eared Pichu, sorry, you can get a shiny one because it's a time traveling one. And yeah, it's just another event thing for Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I'll shut up there.
I thought I was watching the mini movies when that bit come on. I was like, oh, we don't know when there's Pikachu movies now.
Yeah. Because I like how like Cyndaquil and Chikorita were just there. And I was just like, where's Totodile?
My boy Cyndaquil. I was so happy when I saw Cyndaquil. It's like the first time we've got to see Cyndaquil in a long time. So obviously we had the Typhlosion, the full evolution in the Legend of Thunder, but I can't remember any point after that we got to see a Cyndaquil. Did we ever see a Cyndaquil before that? I think it might have been the Entei movie, right in there.
Yeah.
I think that was it, wasn't it?
I think we may see a Cyndaquil next movie, but I'm not sure when the movie takes place because Dawn does get a Cyndaquil.
Yeah. I was reading onto that. But yeah, I was so happy when I saw him. I was like, "Yay, my boy's here!"
My boy.
The thing of the whole Pokemon in the past, like that, no one really knows that the Pokemon. They're just like, all they know is what this bad guy's telling.
Magical creatures.
Yeah, it's this bad guy's telling them the magical creatures that he controls, basically.
I can talk about the thing I wanted to complain about in movie continuity time. So, in the Pokemon Deoxys and Rayquaza movie, they got trapped in a dome, didn't they? And the Pokeball system wouldn't work, so they couldn't release Pokemon or send them or return them. Yeah. They went to the motherfucking past before the Pokeball system was even a thing. Before they even knew Pokemon were Pokemon. And Ash is just there. Go! So, you tell me how the Pokeball system did not work in the Rayquaza and Deoxys movie, but it works in the motherfucking past.
You stop jacking it there, sir.
I'm whacking my finger off my table just to make an emphasis of a point.
Question, are you talking about your table or your table?
My table.
So not your belly, okay.
Yeah, my actual table.
I like with the past as well, there's a lot more consequences in this movie for the fact that if they fuck anything up in the past, then they fuck up the future. So I like that idea. There's a lot more stakes.
I was waiting for your 2 cents on the fact of the thing I brought up, but okay, we'll just carry on.
Yeah, it's like I'm like the Nintendo, we're just ignoring it. Just ignore it.
All around me are familiar faces.
But yeah, I like the whole consequences aspect for the fact that you'd seen when obviously Arceus is beat, everyone starts vanishing because they're not needed there now. Obviously they're fucked up and they're going back. Obviously they don't, but I like it's shown that what will happen if they mess up, which is quite cool. Oh, bada boot. So obviously after they fix everything, then do go back to the future. Good movie there. I like the fact that Arceus is actually still beating the crap out of everyone. Yeah, like it's not like they go there and it's all fixed. They've gone back and it's the one by one. You see Giratina down, you see Dialga down, you see Palkia down. They're all completely out of it, and Arceus is blasting at everyone. And it's not until he obviously sees Ash and remembers the good deeds Ash did in the past that he's like,
you?
"Oh, okay, everything fixing."
Ash, Pikachu.
So I like it's shown it's fixing rather than it's just like an instant fix and they go back and it's all done. I like that aspect. It's a lot cooler and a lot more interesting to watch than just like, we're back in the future. Oh, it's all fixed. Great. Let's go home. Bye, everyone. I like it's not that because that'd be boring.
Yeah, and their actual past, like it was actually them in the past, as you see with the little stone tablet.
Yeah, because obviously with that whole tablet, obviously it makes more sense them being on there than the Lucario being on that tapestry thing, because that's never really explained if that was time travel or not. Whereas
No,
we know
that's
it's
so
time
fucking
travel,
weird.
so with us knowing it's time travel, it makes sense them being on this tablet. So that obviously makes a lot of sense. Brock died when he saw Kevin hug Sheena. That was funny.
Yeah.
It's his face. Poor
Oh!
Brock.
And then Dawn's just laughing at him like, haha, simp.
Yep.
The ending song was pretty nice.
Yeah, it's another one that makes sense.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't too bad either. Like, it wasn't slow.
Yeah, it was
It was slow, but like, it wasn't a bad slow.
Did it cut into the old songs as well? Because I'm pretty certain those two end songs were the ones in the previous movies, weren't they?
I'm not sure. I can't remember them.
I Will Remember You. I'm pretty certain it's the one from Darkrai. Pretty certain that's a song. They cut into the two songs at the end when it's showcasing like the old thing. Because that's what I like with this. Obviously, it starts off with that whole really cool graphic of like the sort of mirror sort of thing showing the images of the past and the drawings. Then it cuts into obviously, you know, the usual Pokemon thing of showing what the team's up to after the ending, explaining what's going on. And then on top of that, it shows you the Darkrai characters and the Giratina characters. Obviously, because it shows Zero in prison with I don't remember the geezer's name, but his mate with him. And it obviously shows the three characters from the Darkrai movie.
Yeah.
Two of them in the hot air balloon, and the one on his frigging like flying bike trying to get to him. And you even get to the legendaries, don't you? Because obviously you see Darkrai watching in the distance, and you see Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina just flying to their places and whatnot.
And Shaman.
Yeah. You see Shaman running for the tree. I like that. I was like, that's one way to finish off a trilogy, to showcase what's going on in the other region. I was very happy. I was like, yeah, I salute you, movie. That's another tick in my book for why this film is good.
I thought Pokemon killed a guy, but then at the end he was actually farming.
Oh, the one that, because obviously the crayon thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was him. I was like, is that him? I'm pretty sure that's like the bad guy.
Yeah.
It would have been like really dark if he did kill him. I would have been like, whoa, Pokemon went there.
I'd been like, yes, Pokemon went there. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good movie overall. I'd say it does wrap it all up pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, you could see all the legendaries fighting. And yeah, I think it's pretty decent with a movie-wise. It's still not a 5 out of 5.
No Pokemon movies are 5 out of 5.
Yeah, but it's one of the best I've seen for a good while. Like, but I say for a good while. It's better than the Shaman and Giratina movie.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 Slowpoke heads.
Wow, opposite way around this time. I mean, you're going first. Wow.
I know.
I means I'm gonna have to edit your things, do a bit of moving in the editing process. But oh well. Okay, I actually have a big paragraph here. I did write a bit of a decent paragraph. So again, I think this movie is a lot better than the last week's movie. I think it doesn't quite reach the Darkrai one for me, but it's a lot better than last week's one. It's less generic thanks to the time travel plot line, and personally I think there's a lot more heart into this due to its storyline. The animation again is just fantastic. It's really good, which helps obviously Arceus and the other legendaries look beautiful on screen, especially that shot of them all together, which I'm going to use in the thumbnail.
You're welcome.
That was just a really nice shot. Obviously, the story's more interesting this time for the fact there's a whole conspiracy plot line, which is really cool. I like that plot line. I love a good conspiracy theory. And obviously then it goes all endgame on us with the whole time travel to fix everything plot line, which is cool. Let's see what else I got. Let's see where I was. I'm not even reading all this. I'm just like jumping from bit to bit. The score. I think the score in the background is an improvement on last week's. I think it's got a better beat to it. And obviously the end credit song is like a mixture of all three songs, which is quite cool. The fact that Brock is actually going with him to the past this time rather than being stuck in the present like he was in the last movie. Been
such a bastard move, wouldn't it?
Obviously, Kevin got shafted this time.
Yeah, but who gives a shit about Kevin?
Sheena, apparently, which is who upset Brock. What else we got? The battle between the legendaries, I thought, though obviously it was only short, I thought it was a really cool battle. It's a real cool idea, because we never really got to see, like, all these legendaries colliding into one big-ass battle, which is quite unique. And just the fact that it completes a trilogy, which we have not seen in Pokemon yet, that makes it even better for me. It's like, connect all 3 movies connecting just adds that extra oomph to it for me, which makes it really cool. And as I said, I think next week's its own standalone story, so this is a completed trilogy, which this is a nice way for the trilogy to end. And yeah, as I said, to top it all off, my boy Cyndaquil's in it. My boy Cyndaquil's in this movie.
You just have that with you at all times now.
I took it out of the box and put it on my desk just for this.
Just for this moment.
Because essentially, it's the McDonald's.
Yeah. Well, it's like if my boy Neither King was in it.
It's essentially if like, Slowpoke had like a big part in it.
No, I know. I'd be fucking all over it.
You definitely got to give it that extra oomph. So
it would.
For me, obviously, all this. I think this movie deserves 4 out of 5 Typhlosions. Just like you. I think it's slap bang in the middle of the 2 previous movies. It's not for me as good as the Darkrai one. Just because Darkrai's my boy in there.
My boy.
But it's a lot better than the Giratina one we had last time. Which still wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It's definitely in the middle, and I think it's a very decent trilogy overall.
Yeah, it really is. I thought it was great.
I've said my piece. You said your piece?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for watching the Dragon and Bear podcast review.
Yeah, if you were wondering why he keeps constantly referencing Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it's because on his channel he's recently released a bit of his stream. Because he's been playing it.
That's not the reason.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not. I'm just knowing facts.
You've been playing Heart Gold and Soul Silver recently on stream, so you're addicted to Heart Gold and Soul Silver at the moment. If I was going to plug my shit, I would have plugged it by now, and you know that for a fact. I know. I saw the recent chat cave. Plug.
Yeah. Well, of course you saw it. You were in it.
Was I? I was in now. I was high on coke the entire time. So make sure you
check out the chat cave that's going to be coming out after this movie.
No.
Before this movie.
Good.
So it's going to be linked in the description below, and the iCard if Tom actually knows how to do it.
I do. It's just trying to find the right moment. But yeah, join us next time as we take a look at Pokemon Zoroark, Master of Illusions. I do like Zoroark. He's a really cool Pokemon.
Oh wait, I did that wrong.
Yeah, your hand's the wrong way around, you dozy idiot. You showed your thumb to the camera as you were. Goodbye.